Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It is Tuesday. We are just under 5 days out from Outlaw Half. I want to take you through for the next day or so a few little preparations for the race. As you can see, bike is in the back of the car. I've just arrived at Wybeck in Carmarthen. So Emma is going to quickly do a little once over on the bike and storage, and we're going to think about trying to hold that hydration in position, because speaking to a lot of people, it is pretty bumpy. So yeah, I'm going to take you through today. I'm going to go through some of the equipment I'm choosing for the weekend. Okay, so it is Wednesday morning now. I didn't actually take much clips after I went to Emma yesterday. I had to cram in a swim, a bike and a run, and then get to work. All before 5 PM, so I think I sort of was rushing around a bit and I didn't really have time to sort of get the camera out and drag it around. So yeah, so I just want to talk you through what I did yesterday. Went into the pool. Really lucky. I got my own lane for once, which was quite nice. I think it was about 1,300 meters of warm up. Just a mixture of some steady swimming, a bit of drill work. I do quite a lot of medley work when I swim, so just quite a lot of like medley drill, just because I find that it basically loosens up the whole body and just kind of, I guess, help increase the kind of feel for the water. I find if I just do too much freestyle, I become quite stale. So yeah, I did that. Did a couple of 50s descend and a couple of 25s, and then what I wanted to do at some point this week, and I wasn't sure when I was going to do it, purely because everyone knows what public sessions are like and space and stuff. I wanted to do a 400 meter effort, just to kind of blow the cobwebs away a little bit. I did a 400 meter effort. The first week the pools reopened and I was like I think it was like 444 or 443 or something like that, and it really hurt. So I just wanted to see if the last sort of 5 weeks of actually having swimming has had a really positive effect on that 400 meter effort. Using an old school clock on the wall, I roughly think I did about a 422, 423. So yeah, really happy with sort of, in such a short space of time, to be able to come down so much, because that's roughly averaging 105 and a bit per 100. No wetsuit, and in not the quickest pool, because when I used to swim properly, we used to swim at the national pool in Swansea, but also Penlan sometimes, and I've done a few races in both pools, and Penlan is definitely a slower pool. I don't know why. It's got quite a shallow end, and that tends to slow everything down a little bit. But yeah, so really positive swim. Back to my house, quickly got my stuff on, grabbed the sandwich, and was out the front door with Will Monday, and we went for just a 90-minute spin over the Gower. Again, no agenda on that, just turning the legs over, and then I had a 30-minute brick off that. The first 10 minutes of it were roughly at 70.3 kind of pace / effort. So I just did some loops locally where I live. Not perfectly flat, but the flattest roads I can find just near my house. And yeah, again, that was quite a nice, it felt quite strong for the first 10 minutes, and then you switched off for the last 20 and just jogged. So all in all, yesterday was pretty good. It was sort of swim, bike, run, trying to get a little bit of fatigue in the body, trying to keep everything ticking over, but nothing crazy in terms of intensity or duration. So yeah, really positive. And then this morning I've literally just, I did a 60-minute swim. I've come back, had a bowl of porridge, got a cup of coffee, and then I'm just gonna quickly run through a little bit of what I'm gonna be doing in terms of prepping my kit and my bike for the weekend. And then I'm gonna do a really short turbo, so I think it's 35 to 40 minutes, just on the TT bike, working into position just to try and get that sort of muscle memory, that recruitment going. And then I've got a 40-minute easy jog later today, and I'll probably do that later this afternoon. But before I show you the bike, I'm gonna show you a little box of tricks that Emir gave me. Basically, it says I need to get better at cleaning my bike, so he's given me sort of lots of tools and tricks to basically try and get the bike as clean as possible. So all these products are Morgan Blue. We got various, so this is just like a hand sponge. This is a bit of a brush to try and get between the chain rings and sort of the areas in the bike where it's quite difficult to get to. Got a couple of other brushes, so chain brush, cassette brush, and then just a generic, I think that's pretty much an everything brush. So they're gonna get nice and grimy when I clean my bike in the next couple of days. We've also then got, where are we looking at? We've got bike wash. So adding a little bit of bike wash into some water, mixing it together, get it nice and soapy, and that's just going to be just good for overall cleaning. I've then got a chain cleaner, or it's kind of like a degreaser kind of thing. Going to be spraying some of that on, and then just kind of rip all the gunk and the chain lube and stuff out of the chain, so it's nice and clean before I re-lube it. What else we got? We've got brake cleaner, so I got disc brakes on my TT bike and my road bike now, so spraying some of this on, wiping the gunk off it, and surprising, even though when they look pretty clean, how dirty the disc brakes get. So yeah, I'm going to be spraying some of that on to clean them, and then finishing off with the frame and the wheels as well. I'll be polishing them with this, just to give them that nice sort of finish and nice slick look. And then finally, what else have I got in this box? I've got two types of lube. We've got race and another one. So this one's a little bit thinner, so I'll be using this if the weather is dry. And then this one's a little bit thicker, and it's a bit more sort of for when it's raining, when it's wet. Yeah, so looking forward to trying out all these products. To be fair, I've been a bit lazy in the past with cleaning my bike. I've been very basic, just using like soapy water, a degreaser, and yeah, not much else to be honest. And then obviously just touching it with like a bit of like muck off lube or something like that. So yeah, looking forward to actually giving my bike a better clean, I think. Okay, so I just want to quickly run you through some of the stuff that I've chosen specifically for this weekend. There's a few little additions and things that I'm taking away or adding on for Outlaw Full, which is in a few weeks, or Kona later in the year, but I can go through them then. Let's start off with the bike. So, as you can see, I've got a Felt IA 2020 advanced disc, so this is last year's model. It comes in a nice sort of like paint splatter, as you can see there, nice and colourful. What I've got is I've got the Di2 version, so it's Ultegra Di2. I have upgraded the chainring to a 5642, and that's rotor. So I did that for two reasons. I found that a lot of the races I was doing last year, I was spinning out on a 53. So the first reason was to just try and get a few extra gears so that I could pedal when I was traveling a little bit faster. And then the main reason being just a bit of chainline efficiency. Everything, you just want to save as many watts as possible. I'm running an 1128 cassette at the back, and that's Ultegra as well. And then this bike comes with TRP hydraulic brakes. and same with the levers. A couple of more additional things that I've done to this bike that don't come with the bike is I've added a revolver, I think it's called Blackbird Mono cup, which is just a single cup, as you can see here. And it comes with a bottle mount, which I've reversed to try and keep nice and aero and nice and locked in. I then added the Drag 2.0 high-rise extensions, and then I've got the, I think it's Project 76 mount, which works pretty well, and then a Garmin 520 Plus. Hydration wise, I've got an Elite Aero bottle. I actually had that on my old bike. I've also got an X-Labs Gorilla, and that just basically came where the mount was quite low down here. So Emir Griffiths, he added this alloy here with a slight bend so that I could get the bottle slightly behind my bum and slightly more aero and out of the wind. So yeah, that's the additions. I've also got a nice ISM demo saddle. So this is the same one as I had on before. I had a bit of problem with the front where I'd ridden it so much that it collapsed slightly, so this is just a demo of the exact same saddle I had before. Feels exactly the same, which is lovely. Yeah, I'm then running the Chrono front by Parcours. I've added Ultegra ice friction brake rotors, and then I've got the Parkour disc on the back. I set these up tubeless with GP5000s. First time ever running tubeless. I really like them so far. I did a 50-mile TT on them a couple of weeks back and they felt great. So looking forward to, yeah, giving them a bit more of a test run on a triathlon. Okay, and here's some more of my kit that I'm going to be racing at the weekend. If we start with just a swim, I'm going to be using the Blue 70 Helix. This is actually my last year's model. My other, my new version with the new logo is upstairs. But I'll be using the Helix and I absolutely love that suit. Nice and flexible and good buoyancy in the legs to keep you nice and high in the water. I'll be then having my new tri-suit underneath. This is a Santini custom. As you can see, custom logo with sort of a wave feature. Some of the companies that have sponsored me on the back. So obviously appreciate all their support. So this first time racing in the custom suit, yeah, and looking forward to racing it. It feels really good. I've got my Mavic Tri, I think they're the Tri Elite, or they're not, yeah, Tri Elite, they're not the ultimate version, but second set of them I've had and I absolutely love them. So I've moved to a cast Mistral with the visor, which is just magnetic. The reason I moved to that was purely for the aerodynamic benefit of it. When I was in the tunnel, that's the helmet that tested a lot quicker than any other helmet for me. I'll be using the no pins number belt just because it's one that sits nicely on your back and doesn't flap around too much. So I'll be using that. And then finally, I've laced up and used once a new pair of Next Percents. So these Vaporfly Next Percents, I put Grieper laces on. Thank you very much, Craig Burrows, for lending me a pair. So not the quickest laces in the world because they're not elastic, but I am able to slip my foot in and then tighten it within sort of a couple of seconds. And I find that with these especially, it makes you feel a lot more locked down. Okay, so hopefully I haven't bored you too much. So those are some of my equipment choices. I've also got a goggles to add to that, socks, and a few little other bits in addition to some nutrition. But yeah, that's the main gist of what I'll be using this weekend. Any other questions that anyone has, please drop a message in the section below. I'm happy to answer anything. Some of those choices may be strange to some people, so yeah, I'd be really interested to hear your input. I'm looking forward to getting a full, well, a half distance race, so first like sort of proper triathlon of the year. Yeah, and against an absolute stacked field. So those that haven't seen the start sheet for Outlaw Half Nottingham, please go on the Outlaw website and check it out because there's some big hitters in there. I'm looking forward to mixing it up. I'm start number 6. I think we're going 9-second gap, so I'll be going 45 seconds behind Tim Don, who's going off first. So yeah, please jump on the tracker. Please follow the race. I'll probably do a race day video and then a bit of a debrief once the race has happened. I'm just looking forward to getting a good solid event in to start the year. And yeah, please follow on.